The stock market is in big trouble. The sociologists are telling us, even the geography aficionados are telling us how bad the world is going to get. They may be right, but all for the wrong reasons. I certainly like to think so. I don't worry about the fundamentals because I have a huge ability to manage my risk. I do that by not only managing where I put my stop losses, but also with the execution strategy, my trade, and the management of them thereafter. If you want to learn more about it, watch the rest of this show. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so good. I'm going to explain to you why. In true before and after spirit, here's the after, that if I was trading E-minis with a December expiration, my target to the top side from here would be 4327. If I was buying long call options on buy, then I'd be looking for a strike price of 42250 this week and 429 next. If I was buying SPY futures options on SPX, then I'd be targeting 4234 for 2 weeks out. And I would have my Bitcoin stops back up above $30,000, targeting re-entry around 27.8 and lower if it gets there. And if I was watching this video, taking advantage of this information along with my own determinations, and these things came true, then I'd invest in the course, get premium access to the Discord, and every single evening thereafter, I'd say a prayer to Tradespotting. What a great show it is already. Welcome to a new week. This is Tradespotting. At the tone, leave your ticker and message. I'll get back to you.
Hello, you the guy who lost the wallet in the park theater? Well, I'm kind of like into leather, so I'll be returning the money, but I'm going to keep the wallet.
Those are some sensible targets on SPY, SPX, E-minis, all derivatives of the major leading indices, that S&P 500. This is something slightly different now. It's a Bitcoin miner called Sphere 3D. Their ticker is ANY, and we've talked about them before. This is a potential trade. 3 of them, in fact. If all 3 worked out, you could turn $100 into $167,000. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen or it's even likely to happen. This is more likely than winning the lottery, and you might chuck a couple of quid at the lottery. This is a potential opportunity. Number of reasons why it might happen. An awful lot of them on the chart for you right there. We'll talk about it slightly later. But this is any Sphere 3D potential trade setups. This first one here, you'd be looking at 122. It's currently trading at 141. So you'd have to be coming back. So you'd be relying on a Bitcoin pullback. Then your target on this vibe up around $7, $8. You might take it again from 4, targeting up around 100. And then this stop loss is far too large. And then you'd be taking it from around 75, $80 maybe up to around 500, 600, possibly. Right now, saying that from here where it's trading at 141, it's been through an awful lot of reverse splits. There's an awful lot of a downtrend here on, you're perhaps aware of it, till we peak. And if that persists, then this stop loss would keep you safe, or you wouldn't lose too much of a percent. If you keep it safe, you don't need to put too much in the first instance. And there's a number of reasons why I've drawn these things out. Even $100 can turn in a lot if you wait to be right and don't rush to be rich. And that you can scale that in slowly. You can take multiple trades. It doesn't have to happen immediately. And the longer your horizon, the better you'll be able to exploit these esoteric opportunities. So that's a really good start to the show with SPY, S&P 500, every possible derivative, really good targets. It's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. And then there's this particular setup which illustrates other lessons. Bitcoin itself, a lot of things to look to here, right? You've got this, we talked about this a number of times. There's a head and shoulders. It's not yet definitive. You're at the right shoulder. The area where you would get your breakdown would be in around the neckline, back around here. I mean, if you're just new to Tradespotting or you haven't seen Tradespotting in a while, the veracity and fidelity of the information here, particularly high quality, and we've got trade setups all the time that derive like huge 22% there on Bitcoin. That came off the back of other huge trades. I'm not trying to show off here, right? If I was, I would make a show. It would be an incredible show. This is just a quick take on Bitcoin. So you know why I'm talking about any, you had this move up. that was 48%. That's quite a lot of people would like that kind of percent on a trade. We had this guy, it was also 17%. So like this is, if you were putting in $100 on the first one of these, there's 13%. You know, where would you be now, right? I mean, I've called all these out on the show. 11%. Like, sure, we'll go back further. That was back down around 20,000. You know, a lot of people now wish they could get some Bitcoins at that price. And you can scale in with just $100. You can start making these trades work. Look at this trend. Look at this diagonal breaking. The horizontal then, increasingly important. These are them to look to. So this neckline here, and just also be aware of it, right? I mean, I point out there's the resistance, you know. So even if it's not, right, you break it down, right? How do you trade? Got to have a good execution strategy. How you get in, how you're going to get out. That'll involve planning, a lot of experience. That'll improve that side of things. Then you've got trade management. Again, a lot of experience, only get better at it. The way you manage your trade, price action first. Everything comes from price action. Then you've got trend, momentum. You've got volatility and volume. And you can stay on top of your trade. That's trade management. You can see from the formation here, the diagonal and the horizontal, that you've got how will the market go, right? Because it can only go, three things can happen. It can go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways. And so this would be up, breaking 32,000, at which point you'd look for it to test up towards 36 and continuation of this diagonal. If it doesn't manage to break this horizontal, it'll come back down and you'd look to 26, you'd look to 25, you'd look to 25 just under there. Whether or not it gets all the way back and tests this level, that's not determined by the head and shoulders. That's the neckline. If it breaks down from there, I'd look for a measured move that matched this range. So it could take price action all the way back down below 20 again if you don't get that measured move, i.e. hold support here. That doesn't necessarily come in at that horizontal, but it could be any of these. And the closest, I'd look to the prior highs for the trend as you exit it. Again, with the horizontals and your diagonals, I'd say in at around 27.8, 2800. That'd be particularly interesting, targeting up towards 32, 36, jumping on up. That would be great. You know, you can manage your trades like this. You can learn how to do it any given moment, any day of the week by taking a course. www.technicalanalysis.school. Join the Discord. You can join for free on the free side at www.discord.gg/Rocky Outcrop. You know, the WWs, just get enough WWs in there. Sorted. Right, I'll stuff them into you. Bump, bump. So, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. If you'd like to hear more about the strategy here on SPX and how we measured this potential bounce, look how good it's been so far. There's a lot of people saw the video on Friday. Thanks very much for watching that if you're one of them. If you're a returning viewer from that video, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Stick with me. If you want to learn more about it, on the free side of Rocky Outcrop's Discord, I have discussed the way in which you would measure each of those retracements and the way that you do draw your fibs, particularly getting into the nitty gritty of where you pick up and drop the tool, how you would be best using fibs from the top or the bottom, where's the best occasion, what the use case is, all those sort of things, along with the testing the veracity of that statistic. It's true since 1951, and it's made so much money for so many people that are aware of it. And now you know. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Tradespotting. See you tomorrow for more of the same, but better because it's Tuesday and we've got huge earnings, huge earnings. Did you see? I told you there would be more mergers in the oil industry. And then Chevron bought Haas. Yes. Are they bringing back the trucks? No. Do I even have any of that awareness growing up around? No, because I lived in Scotland and Ireland, so I didn't see that. You know, we had our own little tuk-tuk trucks. So yes, didn't see any of that. But I did see that merger coming. Shocking, eh? Tradespotting. Calling the moves ahead of the news. It's the humble mumble from the east.